Hey guys, welcome back. Derek the Gator here, and I'm back with part two of this little, I guess, two-parter about the Super Console X5 Pro. I think I'm saying that right finally. I'm pretty sure I'm not, but yeah, this is part two. Thank you so much if you watched part one. I hope you enjoyed it. But like I said, I'm doing part two. Let's show you, just to show you what the gameplay looks like, show you some of the stuff that's on this little console here, if you want to call it that. I'm going to power it on and see what the interface looks like. I'm going to talk about the good, the bad, and well, I hope you enjoy this video. Once again, thank you so much for coming back. Well, first, let's go ahead and look at how everything is connected here. You have the main console itself. This cord is connected to the hard drive, which is loaded with all the games. That's your controller. And over here, those are your manuals, your um, controller manual and your console manual. You got like two console manuals there. But like I said in the previous video, this controller, it feels great. I'm going to stick to that. I've been spending a couple nights with this thing, not a lot of time, but right before I go to bed, I've been playing it. And this controller is a very good controller. Note, please note that this is one of those programmable controllers. Um, in the previous video, I was just pushing buttons and just getting the feel of everything. And once I actually started using this controller, I was like, why is this controller acting all weird? It's like some of the buttons have rapid fire, and some of the buttons are connected to another button, and it was just all weird. Well, this is one of those programmable controllers, and please hold on to this manual because it kind of shows you how to program and how to clear and all that kind of stuff. So if you're like me, you get a new controller, you start mashing all kinds of buttons to see what it feels like. Yeah, you're gonna wind up programming this controller to do some crazy things. And I thought this controller was broke at first. I was like, man, I'm gonna send this thing back. This controller's acting all wacky. But yeah, I just wanted to make that absolutely clear. If you're interested in buying a GameSir controller or getting this whole console as a whole. But let's go ahead and power this thing on. Yeah, once again, I'm in my daughter's room still. I have it connected to her TV. But please excuse that. I'm going to power it on and let's get some gameplay going. You can actually hear this thing kick on. It's not too loud, but you can definitely hear it. And I turn it on by using this remote. All right, so let's get started. Okay, so we have our initial boot up screen here. I guess the system or the program, whatever you want to call it, uses is called Pegasus. So we're just going to go ahead and click on the Pegasus tab, and it's going to take a little while to load. Maybe this will show up a little bit better if I turn the lights off. Yeah. But I mean, so far I'm very impressed. I do have some gripes about this, and I will try to go over those gripes with you guys. Please excuse the glare here. I'm not quite sure why that is. That's my camera. I promise you, it's not the TV, and it's not the feed that's coming from a console to the TV. It's just this camera. It's a very old camera I'm using, but it does take a little bit to load, I guess, with all these thousands and thousands of games. It takes a little while to boot up, maybe a couple of minutes. But once it boots up, you will be blown away. All right, here we go. Here's the interface or select screen, whatever you want to call it. Starting off with PlayStation. Well, like I said, I've been playing this game. I've been playing this console for a few nights off and on. And the last game I played was this game here, NASCAR Rumble. Very fun racing game. Very fun. But let's go over some of the consoles that this thing covers here. Of course, like you got PlayStation, Sega Saturn, 32X, Sega CD, the SG 1000, Super Nintendo, Super Graphics. I'm going to try to speed through this because it covers a lot of consoles. Nintendo Switch. This has one Nintendo Switch game. I'm not quite sure why it only has one Switch game. I haven't even tried it actually, so I don't know how well it works, but it only has one Switch game on it. Maybe I'll try it later on during this video to see how it plays. TurboGrafx 16, TurboGrafx CD, Virtual Boy, Nintendo Wii. I did try a Nintendo Wii game and it did not work well. Maybe it's because the controller I'm using. Because of course, the Nintendo Wii is mostly a motion control, gaming system, and it doesn't come. This system does not come with a Wii mode and a nunchuck and all that. So I'm pretty sure there's ways you can play these games. You just have to tinker around with the controls to make it work. And this is a wireless controller, so maybe after messing with this for a while, I'll be able to get Wii games to work properly. But I'll update you guys and after I give that a try. Let's see, we got Wonder Swan games, Wonder Swan Color, Sharp S, Sharp X 6800. Never even played that console. You go my last play, 3DO. You got like what, six 3DO games? Nintendo 3DS, Atari 2600. You got all your Ataris, the 52, the 78, the Atari Jaguar, the Atari Lynx, the handheld, Atomis Wave, ColecoVision. You got the Capcom CPS systems. One, two, three. Got your Sega Dreamcast games. Oh my God, I love the Sega Dreamcast. Nintendo GameCube, Sega Game Gear, Nintendo Game Boy, Game Boy Advance, Game Boy Color, Sega Genesis. You got main games. Sega Master System, the MSX, Nintendo 64, which I've been spending most of my time playing is N64 games. You got Naomi, Nintendo DS, Neo Geo CD. Of course, you got the NES, Neo Geo Pocket, Neo Geo Pocket Color, PlayStation 2 games. Now, this console is very PlayStation 2 game heavy. Some people they say that this whole console built to is meant to play PlayStation 2 games. Like that's the main focus of it. That's the crux of this thing. And this has 658 PlayStation 2 games on there. PSP games as well. You got the PSP minis, and yes, back to PlayStation. So yeah, you have a whole bunch of consoles on this thing. It is flat out ridiculous. There is no way, you know, I don't know how many years it's going to take to play every single game on here. I can tell you one good thing about this: you will not find a lot of doubles. You would not find a lot of doubles like you would find on a lot of these. What do I want to call it? Kind of thrown together consoles that you'll find online. Um, and then that's a very good thing. I'm very impressed by that. They actually took the time to make sure that you don't have like the same copy of, a game that's, the only difference is it's probably region. You have like the PAL version, the American version, European version, but no, you don't get doubles like that. So let's see. Let's pick a random game, man. Let's get into something to see how this thing goes. Like I say, so far my experiences are pretty good. Like I said, I do love these kind of things because I don't always want to go to my original consoles, which I have in my personal game room. Um, and like I said, my game room is currently also my garage. This is Florida. It is extremely hot. So and my garage is not an air conditioned space. So having something like this inside the house, where one moment I'm playing a TurboGrafx CD game, and a half hour later I'm playing something on the Wonder Swan Color, all out of one box, and I really like that. So let's just jump into something random. Let's see. Okay, let's go to an N64 game, Cruising the World. Let's go to Cruising World. It doesn't take long, as you can see, it doesn't take long for these games to boot up too. They go right to it. You can see I got the little volume turned up here so you guys can hear that. But I don't know. Some of this music is copyright, so I don't know if I should actually do that. Probably a bad idea. But there are some go-to games I like when I'm playing with these kind of consoles to actually see how powerful these consoles are and can these things handle them. Do I want to continue from a save game? No, let's not do that. I'm sorry, I just love that theme song. Let me just hear it just for a second. But N64 games are very hard to emulate. Very, very hard to emulate. Um, a lot of these consoles, you'll see glitches. And this isn't perfect. This console isn't perfect either. There are some glitches that I did notice. All right, I'll turn that back down just in case. Um, I'll just pick a random vehicle. But as you can see, like I played this game a little while last night actually, and it runs pretty good. I love the cruising games. I always used to go to arcades and play them. Here we go. So when these games came to the N64, oh my God, I was a proud N64 owner then. Even to this day, I still love the Nintendo 64. Mostly for the wrestling games, of course. Mostly for the wrestling games. I do love my, Mario 64 and all that. But great memories, man. And I'm surprised. There's a lot of people that's not too crazy about the N64. They feel like that's, one of Nintendo's not problematic. They just felt like, not that many great games came out for the N64. I feel differently though. I feel like there were a lot of great games that came out for the N64. But yeah, just to show you how Cruising World, it works very good. And let's see if I can get out of this game real quick. Go to something else. Now you do use this little remote that comes with the console to get out of some of these games and go back to the previous menu. See, exit. Yeah, use this little remote right here. Let's see. Let me go to the N64 tab. There is one game on Nintendo 64 that really lets me know how good the emulation is, and that game is Mario Kart. Because there's a certain level on Mario Kart where you see a lot of glitches. Oh, sorry, I passed it up. You see a lot of glitches, and I mean, look at all these games, man. It feels like you would have every single N64 game on here, but you don't. Of course, you can't have every single game that came out, but you have a ton of them. This console, this build here has 264 N64 games on it. Let me see. Mario Kart, where is it? There it is. Mario Kart 64. Hopefully, I can get to the level I'm talking about real quick, so I can show you. But I'm very impressed, man. You get something like this. Um, there's different variations, like let's see. Want to get to that level to show you real quick, and I always determine whether the emulation is good on this certain level. I think that was it. Yeah, I think it's Mushroom Cup, I believe, or is it? But if this isn't the level, anyway, we're gonna play a little bit of this. I think it is. And I haven't played this game in a very long time, so I'm gonna suck at it, of course. Yeah, this is the level. All right, when you come around this turn, I believe there's a screen that's displaying the race, and on a lot of these emulation, that screen, yep, there it is. It's blacked out. See, that's how you know the emulation isn't all that great. That screen is not supposed to be blacked out. It's supposed to be showing the race as it happens. So yeah, this console fails on that end. Oh, look at that drift. Look at them drift skills. Woo! Gotta love Mario Kart. So yeah, this isn't perfect. Of course, it's not. I can honestly say none of these things are perfect, but you want to go back to you know yesteryear and play the games that you love, play the games that define who you become. This is great. Yeah, look at that screen up there. It's all blacked out like that. That's how you know this isn't all that perfect. Not saying it's not good, but I'm just saying it's not perfect. Uh, let's see if we can get into something else real quick. But like I was saying a moment ago, from what I understand, this thing is very PlayStation heavy. It's meant for PlayStation games. That's why there's so many PlayStation games on that. And a matter of fact, now that I mentioned it, let me go back to the PlayStation tab. Let me go back to where the PlayStation games are. This thing has one fatal flaw. One fatal flaw. And once I discovered it, it angered me so bad, y'all. It angered me so bad to the point where I was like, I want to send this thing back. I chalked it up. It's like, I don't even care how many games is on this. This flaw made me just want to throw the whole thing out. And I'm going to go. I'm going to show you what I'm going to show you right now. And I'm going to give you a second. Let me see if you can figure out what is wrong with this. Now, this is a whole bunch of Nintendo games. You got all your not Nintendo, I'm sorry, PlayStation games. You got all your Grand Theft Autos. You got all your God of Wars. That's great, right? Now, let's see where I'm at. Okay. Keep going. It's sorry, it's kind of toward the bottom. Let's see this. Okay, we're almost there. All right, we're in the W section. Y'all know me. You know what I love. You know I love professional wrestling. You know I love WWE. Please tell me why there are no WWF games here. Please tell me why. Hmm? I'm getting mad right now. There are no WWF games on here under the PlayStation tab. None. No Here Comes the Pain. None of the SmackDown versus Raws. None of that. Oh my God. How could you do that? How? With that being said, if you're interested in buying something like this, go through the extra trouble of finding the game list to make sure that you get the games that you really want. To pick, just pick the right console to where you're getting the games that you really want. But oh my God, man, that hurt me so bad because I wanted to play some of the old SmackDown versus Raw games and stuff like that. They're not here, none of them. But on the other side of the coin, if you go to, because there's some pros and cons. Let me see if I can get back to the GameCube. Okay, Nintendo GameCube. You go all the way down to the bottom. There are some WWF games that are very good. Let's see. Jesus. Look at, I mean, this is insane, right? Look at all these goddamn games on here. All right, but there are some very good WWF games that are on here, um, and I love these games. These games that they really made me proud to be a GameCube owner back in the day. Come on, where are they? Oh, Ultimate Muscle. That's not a WWF game, but those who know, you know. Y'all remember back in the day, Foxbox, right? Saturday mornings, Ultimate Muscle. This video game over. This video game is great. If you love that cartoon show, you will love this. But here's the WWF games that they do have. They do have Crush Hour, which is like WWF's version of Twisted Metal, and you got the Day of Reckoning games, and you got the WrestleMania games. I just noticed they don't have WrestleMania 13 though. I was like, okay. So yeah, stuff is missing. You're not going to get every single game, okay? And it just hurts when you get something like this and the game you're looking for is not on here. I'm trying to calm myself down, but I just wanted to show you one of the cons, but hey, the pros outweighs the cons. I mean, you have all these consoles, you have all these games. I mean, I'm talking about like double digit thousands of games. Like, like I say, there's no way that I'm going to play all these games. There's no way, but at least there's a lot of games on here that I loved, and a lot of games on here that I was interested in playing but never got a chance to. Got arcade games, home console games, handhelds, all that stuff. But I just want to, give you a little taste and show you. Hey, down in the comments, do me a favor, y'all. If there's a certain game that you want to see me play and talk about, let me know. I got you. Y'all got me. Y'all been riding with me for a while now, and I greatly appreciate it, man. I don't upload a lot of videos like I used to because work life beats me down every day. We got responsibilities we got to take care of, right? But when I do get a little time, especially on a Sunday before I go to bed, I like to play a little retro games. That's something I like to do on Sunday nights. And I would like to invite you guys to come back with me, to come with me on those rides on Sunday nights before I go to bed. And let's play some retro games. So do me a favor, man. Down in the comments, let me know what game you want me to play, and we'll play a little bit and I'll talk about it, all right? Hey, thank you so much for coming back. I hope you enjoyed this video, and let me know down in the comments too if you're interested in buying one of these. And I'll gladly let you know how I honestly feel about it. But I hope this got some clarity to you too. Y'all have a great week. Y'all be safe. Take care of yourselves and each other, your loved ones. Gator loves you. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord, for this day. And thank you guys for your time. Have a good night, y'all.